I'm Callum Norrie. I'm in my last year at Strath. I'm in Nickel House. I've been at Strath for 4 years now. So at the minute, I'm involved with the Scotland under-20 Six Nations. So currently down in Wales, playing Wales tomorrow night in the second round of the tournament.
Fantastic. And obviously you had some time on the pitch last Friday against England. How was the first game in the Six Nations for you?
It's a bit weird. Like the build up and stuff's obviously very different, and it's weird sort of seeing it all online as well. It's very different to sort of the schoolboy environment. But once you're sort of there and you're on the pitch and the anthem's done and everything, you've got a job to do. So you kind of get your head down and crack on. Although it is sort of really noticeable the difference in the atmosphere, sort of especially at home against England, it was pretty good atmosphere.
You are a rugby scholar here at Strathallan. You've been here for quite a while. What kind of support do you get from our director of rugby, and what kind of support do you get generally as a scholar?
So yeah, like in terms of Mr. Henderson, also known as commonly known as Hendo, I can't thank him enough. He's done so much for me through my time here, just even from taking me to training, giving me guidance about decisions that I'm making. And, that all of that's before we, started talking about rugby. Like, he helps with skills I've needed to develop. He's helped me in the gym. He's pointed me in the right direction, helped me get fitter, faster, stronger, and more skillful. So I honestly can't thank Hendo enough. He's been absolutely amazing, and I know he does the same for all the boys and girls that are sort of at Strath, sports scholar or not. In terms of the school itself, the school's been brilliant at the moment with giving me extensions, sending me all the work, sending me PowerPoints and stuff that I can work on, recording lessons. All of these things just helping me focus on what I need to focus on in the moment, as well as keeping my schoolwork up to date. So they've been really supportive with that.
What advice would you give to someone who, they clearly excel at sports, they're going for a scholarship? What would you say to someone who's considering Strath as an option?
I'd say Strath's brilliant. Strath gets a real balance between, and before I say this, when I started, I was just thinking sport, but you realise it gives you the perfect balance between academic, sport, and the ability to do other things as well. I did my LAMDA exams in speaking in public, and that actually gave me a really good sort of distraction from my sport at a time where you can potentially feel the pressure of sports or the pressure of selection, and the opportunity to do all of these different things takes your mind off that and actually allows you to perform better than you probably thought you could.
Fantastic. You just mentioned LAMDA there. What other things have you done at Strath that you may not have done before, or at other places? I
think getting involved with things like the house music competition, which is like, if when you get to Strath, you'll hear all about it. It's absolutely amazing. And I've performed in two ensembles and that, and like to get up on stage and perform musically was something that I never really thought I'd do. So that's probably, that's definitely a really, really big highlight for me.
Fantastic. And just very quickly, you mentioned that you're part of Nickel House and you've been part of Nickel for quite a while. What is the house camaraderie like?
All the boys in Nickel are really close, from us in the upper sixth all the way down to the third formers. Everyone knows each other. Mr. Bergen's really good at just getting the house together. Things like doing house football. We have an oven in Nickel and we cook on a Saturday night for each other. We do like come dine with me, stuff like that. He sticks films on a Sunday night. He puts on the American football and gets everyone down to watch that together. So I would say that Nickel's a really, really close house to be in, no matter what year you're coming into. But yeah, of course. So I started rugby because of my when I was early primary school. I started playing like minis rugby. I wasn't very good when I was younger. Decided I'd had enough of it, didn't enjoy it, stepped away for a couple of years, and then so I started at Dundee Eagles. I moved to Howell Fife in primary 5, I think it was, Um, driven by both my parents to get back into it. Again, wasn't very good all the way up until probably S2, where something sort of clicked about rugby. Realized you can run and tackle people as hard as you want, and then that clicked, and I was like, oh, all right, no, okay, I can do that. And then I would have been 14, so I moved to Strathallan S3 or 4 form. I got offered a rugby scholarship at Strath, and I absolutely jumped at the opportunity. It was something I'd wanted to do. It was, so moved to Strath, played 2 years of under 16 at Strath. Obviously, and then COVID happened. All through that time, I'd sort of been playing representative rugby, stuff like that. The year COVID happened, so September 2020, I got a place in the junior academy at Scottish Rugby. Sort of just moved through that. That year, we didn't play any rugby at school, which was frustrating because we had a really, really good side. We got a few games at the end of the year, which we won, and we kind of showed what we had with that team. That summer, we got back into the academy, and then we had a full school season this year with the ones, which was a little bit disappointing at times, but it was a really good group of boys with a lot of talent. From there, I got invited to train at one of the Scotland Under-20s development days in December, and from there I just got picked camp to camp, and then here I am.